Most people think the safest place for their money is a high street savings account. They are wrong. In the next 60 seconds, I'm going to prove to you that your safe savings are actually rotting while you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week to stack cash. The inflation monster is quietly eating the water of your bank account. You open your banking app and see $1,000. You feel fine, because the number didn't move, but look closer, while the digits stayed the same. The buying power of that money just evaporated. Think about it this way. You traded 40 hours of your lifetime away from your family, your sleep, and your freedom for that $1,000. If inflation is at 10%, the bank didn't just take your money, they deleted 4 hours of your life that you can never get back. You are literally working for free for part of every month. I promise to show you the 70 rule. It's the math the banks don't want you to know, because it predicts the exact date your hard work becomes worthless. If you stay in safe cash, your net worth is on a countdown timer to being cut in half. But here is the breakthrough. You can stop the rot instantly in the next part. I'm revealing the 3 protective shields, the only way to wrap your money in armor, so the monster can't touch it. But first, I have to show you why my first attempt to save my way out of this failed miserably, and why yours will too. When prices first started spiking, I did what everyone tells you to do. I tried the standard fixes. I cut out my morning coffee. I stopped eating out. I even pulled an extra 10 hours of overtime. Every single week, the failure, the exhaustion loop. But here was the reality. I ended up exhausted, stressed, and somehow poorer. I was running a 100 mile per hour sprint, just to stay in the exact same place. On the treadmill, I realized that saving pennies is a distraction used to keep you from noticing the pounds disappearing from your back pocket. Here is the surprise. Inflation is a lazy tax. If your money sits still, it dies. Think of your savings account like a melting ice cube. You're holding onto it so tightly, trying to protect it, but the heat of inflation is turning it into water. Right in your hands. The more you try to hide your cash under a digital mattress, the faster it disappears. I promise to show you the 72 rule, and here is where it gets scary. Take the number 72 and divide it by the inflation rate. If it's 9%, your money's value is cut in 8 years. But there's a catch. If you panic and move that melting ice into the wrong place, like a get-rich-quick scam or a hype coin, you don't just lose the value, you lose the whole. You have to stop being a hoarder of paper and start being an owner of assets. I'm going to reveal the first protective shield. The specific hard asset that actually feeds on the inflation monster and grows stronger as prices go up. I'm going to show you exactly how I moved my first $500 out of the melting zone and into the growth zone to stop the monster from eating your life. You need to wrap your wealth in the 3 protective shields. This is how you stop being a hoarder of paper and start being an owner of power. The real value audit. Stop looking at the numbers in your app. They are lying to you. Look at your buying muscle. If a bag of groceries cost $50 last year and $60 today, your $50 bill didn't just stay the same. It just lost 20% of its strength. It's a weaker soldier. Shield B. The hard asset shift. Here is the first shield. You must move your melting ice into things the government cannot print more of. They can print $1 trillion, but they can't print more high-income skills, land, or shares in the world's best companies. These are the growth foods that actually get bigger as the monster grows. Shield C. The speed rule. Cash is a hot potato. Once you have your emergency fund safe, every extra dollar is a liability. The longer you hold it, the more lazy tax you pay. To the bank, the 72 rule trap. But how do you know exactly when your potato is going to burn your hand? 10 years equals 50% gone. This isn't a theory, it's a financial death timer. If inflation stays at 7%, your buying power is cut in half every 10 years. Think about this. If you're 20 and you save $5,000, by the time you're 30, it only buys $2,500 worth of house. You didn't just lose money, you lost 5 years of your life. You aren't saving for a future, you're watching your past evaporate. The fear gap, the real bottleneck, isn't money, it's intimidation. We've been told investing is for geniuses, but the real risk isn't the market, it's the safe bank account. Every day you wait, the monster takes another bite. Right now, a voice in your head is whispering, just wait, it's too complex. You'll lose it all. That's the shoulder devil. He doesn't want to protect you. He wants to keep you trapped in the digital cage, doing nothing. Isn't safe, it's guaranteed loss. The result, identity shift. The moment you ignore that voice, your money stops being a victim. It stops being a melting ice cube and starts being a soldier. A soldier that fights 24/7, so you don't have to work extra hours just to keep what you've already earned. The bridge. If you want my inflation cheat sheet, click the link below. Next video hook. But even with a map, you can't sail a ship that's already sinking. If you're still struggling to find even $10, you have ghost leaks you can't see yet. Watch this next video on the exit point filter to find the hidden zombie bills draining your tank.